Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Talk Sports Podcast on October 19th, 2023. Today's show is the NFL Locks of the Week and Upsets of the Week by yours truly, and also my head coaches that are on the hot seat. As well as at the end of this video, I have a little teaser for who my Madden 24 franchise is going to be. First, here are my locks of the week. My first lock is the Bills minus 8.5 against the Patriots. I see the Bills covering the point spread here at minus 8.5. My number 2 cover this week is the 49ers minus 6.5 on Monday Night Football. I don't know if the Vikings, I don't know how much scoring they can do without Justin Jefferson. So I think San Francisco will easily cover this point spread. My first upset of the week is the Detroit Lions plus 3 to upset the Baltimore Ravens. I don't understand why the Lions are the underdogs in this game. The Lions are having a great season so far. I think, in my opinion, the Lions should be favored, but of course they're not. I'm not a bookie. But if you're going to bet on this game, I would take the Lions plus 3 for the upset. My second upset is the Colts plus 3 over the Browns. What rides here is the Browns may not have Deshaun Watson. We don't exactly know yet if they will have Watson. If they have Watson, I'm betting you this line goes down to probably plus 2, maybe plus 1. I'm still sticking with Indianapolis. I believe in Shane Steichen that he can pull the upset. Now on to my stud, Alec's NFL stud team of the week, the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jags are my stud team of the week because they won last week and they did it rather convincingly over Indianapolis. My dud team of the week, on the other hand, is the Denver Broncos. On Thursday Night Football, in front of America, you embarrassed Denver. Why? And why did you embarrass yourself like that? That doesn't sit well with me at all. I don't understand why. Now, here's my NFL coaches' hot seat. 10-1. And I have a either very cold, somewhat warm, hot, or pants on fire hot for the coaches on this list. At number 10, Bill Belichick. His hot seat is very, very cold. I don't know why there's people out there that think Belichick is going to get fired. He will retire before the Patriots even think about firing him and letting him go. And the other thing I'm going to say about Belichick is he's been in New England for a long time. And for Robert Kraft to fire him, something extremely bad would have to happen. That's why I don't think his hot seat is that hot. I think it's very cold right now. Number 9, Dennis Allen. His hot seat is somewhat warm. And my explanation is, come on, Saints fans. You were spoiled for a long, long time with Drew Brees and Sean Payton. Give Dennis Allen a chance. If you're going to fire anyone, fire your offensive coordinator, Pete Carmichael. He is the issue. You have one of the top 10 best defenses in the NFL. So I don't think Dennis Allen's the problem. That's why for me, his hot seat is somewhat warm. At number 8, Kevin O'Connell, Minnesota Vikings. His hot seat to me is lukewarm, which means it's getting to the point where it could get to where it's mildly warm or hot. But right now it's warm because they just lost Justin Jefferson and they don't know what they're going to do with Cousins. He said he's not waiving his no trade clause, but that could change. He could waive his no trade clause and go somewhere else, and then all of a sudden Jaren Hall's starting, which if you're in fantasy and you're in a dynasty league, I would go out and pick up Jaren Hall and stash him in your taxi squad. Because I think at some point, if Cousins does get traded, that Jaren Hall will start for the Vikings. But back to O'Connell. This is his, I believe, second year with Minnesota. His first year, they won a division and made the playoffs. So why do you think after 2 years they would fire him? It wouldn't make that much sense, would it? Number 7, Todd Bowles. This one doesn't really make sense to me. To the distinct fact that I don't understand why Todd Bowles is on the hot seat. That's why I have his hot seat decently warm, which means there's a chance it could start to get a little hotter if the Buccaneers lose out, which I don't think they will. I think they will win more games and win the NFC South, but you never know. Anything can happen. Number 6, Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith's hot seat is mildly warm, which means it's getting to the point where it could start to heat up a little more if they lose, because I have heard rumblings that he is on the hot seat, even though this is a young team that needs to learn how to win and gel. And you may see them on my YouTube later. I'm not going to say when. Maybe tonight at 6 o'clock. You never know. At number 5, Ron Rivera. I could have had Rivera higher, but his hot seat is heating up because the Commanders, they have new ownership now. And they could say, look, Coach Rivera, it was nice having you here, but we got to let you go and go somewhere else. And you got to go. And they could bring in their own guy. It's the new ownership for the Commanders is Josh Harris. and Magic Johnson, and a few other guys that I don't know their names, but they could. That is why Ron Rivera's hot seat is heating up. Number 4, Brandon Staley. Yes, Chargers fans, I'm sorry, but I probably think y'all want Staley higher than the guys that are in the top 3. But Brandon Staley, and if the Chargers keep winning, his name will be off this list at the toward the end of the season. Right now, his hot seat is decently hot, which means there is a chance he gets fired, but there's also a chance that he keeps his job somewhat, unless they want to fire him and hire somebody else. Number 3, Kevin Stefanski. And Browns fans might agree with me on this. His hot seat is very hot for one reason. He had the front office and Andrew Berry go out and trade for Deshaun Watson and pay Deshaun Watson $250 million with a capital M. $250 million to be their quarterback. And I mean, Watson's had an okay year so far this year, but if anybody's gone at the end of the year, it's not going to be Watson because no one's going to take that contract. I think it's Kevin Stefanski. And I tell you why. I think Browns fans are getting fed up with copy and paste on offense for the Browns. Stefanski is supposed to be an offensive wizard, genius head coach, and it doesn't sound like the Browns fans like the offense he's running right now. At number 2, Matt Eberflus. And his hot seat is burning hot. If the Bears listen up, the Bears have potential to have the first and second pick in the draft. And as much as I don't want them to have the first pick and give it to somebody else, I don't want them taking a quarterback. But if they get 1 and 2, they're going to take a quarterback and they're going to take Marvin Harrison. And I think Eberflus's job is burning hot on the hot seat because I think if they lose out, he's the first one on the day after the regular season ends when teams fire their coaches. I think he's the first coach to get canned and fired. And at number 1, can I please get a drum roll? It is Mike McCarthy. I know what y'all are going to say. Why is McCarthy even on this list? Because of one man, Jerry Jones. It's Jerry's way or the highway. If the Cowboys, that is why Mike McCarthy's hot seat is burning hot, pants on burning hot. Hold on. Pants burning on fire. That is the reference I am using for Mike McCarthy because his hot seat is burning hot. He might have a hole in his pants as we speak because, like I said, if Jerry Jones doesn't think you're cutting it, then there's an issue there. If Jerry doesn't think you're cutting it, then he's going to tell you Gotta go. See ya. Bye. And now the moment everybody's been waiting for. Here is my Madden teaser. It's an NFC South team, and Matt Ryan used to be their quarterback. If you want to tune in at 6 o'clock to see the first episode, please feel free to. And also, the first 2 episodes. Video will be up on YouTube, on my YouTube. Audio and facial, audio and camera will be streamed on YouTube through my computer until next week. Next week, on Thursday and Friday, when I get my PlayStation 4 camera on Saturday, next week, everything will be on streaming through my PlayStation 4. And that is how you will see the franchise on Madden 24 next week. Today and tomorrow's episodes, there will be 2 different videos. One is the audio, and one is gameplay. So don't get it confused. They're going to both have the same logo, the same thumbnail. Just one is the audio, and I will say that in the title. One is the audio, me talking, and the other one is the screen and the, how do I say this? The audio is one of the videos. The other one is the physical, like the game footage and like the trades we make and the roster moves we make, which I have a couple community polls up that I'm going to share right now my screen and show you the maybe YouTube right here. Community poll. See, there's only been, yes, you can see it is the Falcons, but my community poll is up and it says, please, the first one is, if you want to be a part of the staff, I'm putting a poll up, choose your selection and comment name and which title you want. Offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, assistant coach, or assistant GM. That is the first one. The second one is picking an answer is encouraged. Trading runner. What do we want in return? Answer number 1, draft capital. A, so that's the first one. And then second answer, a young quarterback and wide receiver to pair with Drake London and Kyle Pitts. And this is what I was just talking about. Audio for the franchise mode until next week will be streamed through my computer. So that's like face cam, audio, all that will be on the computer until next week. Who's excited? Are y'all ready? And then here's the other one. First question I have for Madden franchise. Please choose answer. Keep Desmond Ridder or trade adjustment writer and veterans. And ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for this afternoon's edition of the Talk Sports Show. I will see you back here at 6 o'clock.